I'm seeing now a movement here for Brock Purdy MVP based on some early season numbers. Specifically, ESPN Stats and Info, who has come through with this gem that Brock Purdy is the third youngest player in NFL history to throw 700 passing yards and 4 touchdown passes with 0 interceptions through 3 games. And the only other players younger to do that are Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, both in their MVP seasons. That is not a genuine argument there. Like, that's not, those 3 people could be in the same conversation, but they're not in the same conversation.
So give me the stat again. Slow down here. And, yeah, do that whole stat again. I'm totally confused.
Brock Purdy is the third youngest player in NFL history.
Third young, but he's already 24. How old is Brock Purdy? Okay, go ahead.
700 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions through 3 games. The only other 2 people who started off with seasons this hot, statistically, Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, both in their MVP seasons. Mahomes is 2018 MVP season.
Quarterbacks that young.
Yeah.
So lots of quarterbacks have done it. They've all been older than 24.
But these guys who are so young and like but just the idea you'd mention Lamar's MVP season and Mahomes' MVP season implies here that you think Brock Purdy could be on his way to an MVP season. And that's just not the case. Listen, I like Purdy. He's perfect for the 49ers. He is perfect for the 49ers, and they're going to win tons of games. They already have. They're going to win tons more games with Brock Purdy. But please don't come around with MVP stuff.
Okay, so do you think he gets a vote for MVP? And let me give you some context here. Last year, 15 players got votes for MVP. So that means, can you name 15 better players than Brock Purdy?
Listen, I can't blame like writers who are homers. I don't even know who votes for MVP.
Well, it's incredible, by the way. Tua got a vote last year. Geno Smith got a vote. Tyreek Hill, Justin Herbert got a vote.
Okay, so I can't guarantee you he's not going to get a vote. But anyone who watches the game, you can love Purdy. You can love the touchdown pass to Bell, the touchdown pass to Debo. These are some really nice throws. He had a lot of pressure in his face last night. But please don't tell me he's the MVP, guys.
But why are you dinging Brock Purdy for anything last night? You're creating a negative storyline when there's none to be had.
No, I'm just saying, can't we just praise the fact that they're putting up 30 points a game? He did it last night without Ayuk. We don't have to go all the way to the other side to put them in this, hey, these 2 guys had these numbers, and they were young quarterbacks, and they went on to win MVPs.
Nobody's doing that. Okay,
I just told you that this is the stats. You can massage these numbers anyway. And I think what people are missing the point, I didn't think they were, but maybe they are missing the point on Purdy, is the numbers are great. But so much of this is yards after the catch. That's why they call the team the Yak Brothers. That's like they have merchandise. They're selling T-shirts because of Kittle and because of Debo and because of Brandon Ayuk when he's healthy. Not to mention McCaffrey, who's also very good at yards after the catch.
So, okay, Brock Purdy he started off really slow last night. We all saw that. And everybody was tweeting, oh, he sucks. Well, he obviously caught fire because the rest of the game, he was just unstoppable. But here's the thing. They blitzed. Here's the number, 33 out of 39 dropbacks. So they were always blitzing.
Yep.
So, of course, they were over pursuing these screen passes. And not only that, they couldn't tackle anybody. Brock Purdy didn't have a chance to do anything because the Giants just couldn't tackle anybody. So what's he supposed to do? He did exactly what the defense gave him, and that's why he deserves full credit. I don't want to hear any Brock Purdy negatives at all, not even non-MVP votes. I'm telling
so
you, he did a great job. I give him a lot of – yes, I think if you're going 15 deep, I think he's one of the top 15 candidates for MVP. I think honestly, McCaffrey's probably a little ahead of him, but I think McCaffrey will get hurt. So I think he will be at the end of the day. I don't think he's going to win MVP, but I think he's in that top 10 mix.
Oh, come on. Anyone who watches that, answer this question to me. Is Brock Purdy elevating his receivers, or are the receivers elevating Brock Purdy?
I don't care.
Come on, that's a huge
I'm just telling you, he's going to be an MVP candidate.
I don't see it. I think that's like the wrong way we should be thinking about MVP, because Brock Purdy plays quarterback, so inherently he's super important to what the 49ers are doing. But I don't even think he's like the most important guy in the field. We saw Josh Johnson come in the NFC Championship game before he got hurt. He actually could run the offense too. Like, I'm not saying any dude can go in there. It's not the village idiot can't go in there and do it. But I'm just saying, Manny, I'm sorry, you're not going to be eligible for the job, as you were pointing to yourself. I don't see how you can watch that game and be like, the most spectacular player, the most valuable player on that field tonight was Brock Purdy. That's just not true. That's just not true. Debo's the playmaker. McCaffrey's the playmaker. I'd even give Kittle, and then obviously look on the defensive side. They're amazing.
First of all, I already guaranteed that Sam Darnold's winning a playoff game. So
yes, you
I
did.
agree
That
with
was
you.
early.
I totally agree with you on everything you're saying, but give Purdy a lot of credit because, as the announcer said last night, the guy has an unnatural knack of keeping everything in front of him and keeping things in control and knowing how to do these little. I think you're underestimating how hard it is to run that short passing offense. There's a lot of quarterbacks who can't. So supposedly more talented quarterbacks. Taller, bigger arm guys who can throw the ball 40 yards down like a rocket. To throw those little screen passes in a position to get Debo into the yak is like, it's not that easy. And besides, it does not matter. I know that Debo's great. I know that McCaffrey's great. I know Ayuk, who wasn't there last night, and Kittle are great. At the end of the day, the quarterback always gets the credit. It's how it always works. Your guy, Josh Allen, the only reason
there's no team without Josh Allen.
Right. But until Stephon Diggs got there, he was average. Then Diggs gets there. Right. He's spectacular. Guess who got all the MVP votes? Not Diggs.
Yeah.
Allen the quarterback always gets the votes.
I think that Diggs and other receivers that make these quarterbacks look good, they should be considered more. But it's people like you, yes, you, Perloff, who call all these receivers system receivers.
Well, I think that, first of all, McCaffrey and Debo aren't even really receivers. I mean, what are they? McCaffrey's not a running back, and he's not a receiver. Yeah. He's something else. Debo's not a wide receiver, and he's not a running back. He's something else. Kittle's great, by the way. I don't know. I'm not even really sure what to do with this offense. It's so unique. But then again, they had an exhibition game last night, so who even cares? Why are we even judging? There was nothing. Nothing there with the Giants.
Okay,
nothing.
Manny and Samter as my witnesses today. Did Perloff not say, I will not watch 1 second of that game last night? Meanwhile, I'm seeing tweets fly in the first quarter about, the punter.
I never heard him say that.
I watched the whole game, and I regret every second. Jamie Gillen, that guy can ball. I watched this whole stupid game,
tweets.
And Brian Dable scripted a great first 15 and gave me hope that the Giants were going to be in the game.
Yeah.
Dable, the Giants coach. Then what happened? Then it just turned into the worst game. It looked like a college football game. The Giants could not tackle any San Francisco guy. So here's the question about Purdy. Okay, I understand. Last night, Debo, untackable. Christian McCaffrey, awesome. Even Elijah Mitchell. What happens when they play a real team? Don't you think that it's going to be more on Purdy? Like, the balance will shift more towards the quarterback. Purdy better be good. I'm not saying he's going to be good, but he better be like a legit MVP candidate. Otherwise, they're not going to beat the Dallases and the Phillies and the Chiefs eventually in the Super Bowl. I think he better be, if they're going to win and get where they want to be, he has to be closer to an MVP than what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree with you because I hate to... It feels like a bit of an inevitability. Like, Ayuk's already out one game, but they have the other guys who are able to cover up for it. If McCaffrey is healthy like all season long, this would be like Tua staying healthy all season long. You'd love to see it. It'd be amazing. It would, be a game changer in terms of stories for the season, but I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
I hope I'm proven wrong, but I can't look at the track record and say, oh, yeah, pencil in Christian McCaffrey to be healthy all season.
One thing I will give you, if he is healthy all season, I think he's a better MVP candidate
than Tua?
Than Purdy. Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, yeah, McCaffrey.
I would honestly...
Tua's better than both of them.
And I think Debo is right there, but I think McCaffrey, if he put together 17 games, could be the Niners MVP candidate. But I looked at the odds this morning. Purdy's ahead of McCaffrey, but I think that's only because we all assume what you assume. McCaffrey's never put together a full season.
Yeah.
Or it's been a long time.
It's been a while. 855-212-4CBS, 855-212-4227. I know we've got some diehard 49er fans in our audience. We know we're on in Northern California. Purdy and MVP in the same sentence. I mean, even the diehard 49er fan, you guys know that's crazy. You could be happy. Listen, the team's averaging 30 points a game. The offense got on track last night and ended up looking very good. The numbers are all gaudy, but you guys know, come on, that's Purdy's part of it, but that is the skill position players who are elevating Purdy.